I'm a firm believer in making sure you have reading material. And reading material can be split up in multiple categories. The category I'm going to talk about today is survivability, both with your health and your hygiene, and knowing how to navigate the forest, the wilderness, or the back roads in order to get to a proper location, a safe location, in order to sustain oneself. So, in that case, let's get right to it. For number one, you need to go back to the basics. And this is one of the books that I'm a big fan of, A Complete Guide to Traditional Skills. This booklet is big, bold, colorful, and it's going to give you detailed information. It's the backyard guide to buying and working the land, raising livestock, generating your own energy, enjoying your harvest, household skills and crafts, and more. Now, I'm going to just briefly open this up because I want you to see the big, bold, beautiful pictures. You can even write whatever information you have in here. You can put your name there. And when you open this up here, I want you to see the bold, beautiful photos. It's very well detailed. I've actually read this book, and it covers a lot of the things I've already known, but so much more that I did not know. It's worth the buy. And this is just one of the multiple books that I have here. The next book I'm going to share with you is going to be being able to identify edible medicinal mushrooms. And as you can see here, you have this colorful display of mushrooms. Once you open this book up, you have bold photos so that you don't make the mistake and eat the wrong mushrooms and end up finding yourself either having an aphrodisiac or heavy hallucinations. Now, this booklet is worth its weight in gold. Now, I don't know about you, but most Americans do not know the difference between a poisonous mushrooms and one that can provide service to you. In fact, you got to be very careful with nature because nature is very tricky. Mushrooms often duplicate or imitate one another, but there's always something about the mushroom that you can tell whether it's poisonous or not. The next book I want to go to is called The Forager's Harvest. And this is going to help you identify, harvest, and prepare edible wild plants. Now, that's very important when it comes to survivability because if you can't recognize what's edible, you're probably not going to last very long in the wilderness. So this book, once again, it's a paperback and it's got a lot of reading material. It's got graphs, it's got pictures, it's got everything you need. The next book we're going to go to is What Happens When You Have Some Dental Issues. Where there is no dentist, you're going to be able to provide that for yourself. This book is completely outlined. In part two, I'm going to come back with some products that are made by dental companies that you can also purchase for an emergency. That way you can remove your own plaque and you can perform minor, let's say, non-surgical procedures on yourself to make sure that you don't end up having a problem with your teeth. There's also treatments in here, how to treat certain bacteria and viruses within your mouth and infections and so forth. So this is a good book. The next book I'm going to go to is a Bushcraft book. Now, this Bushcraft book is going to share with you how to cook your food in the outdoors, how to build certain structures in case you don't have a structure built, and how to utilize the organic natural material, the elements that are naturally grown in the environment or the outdoors, so that you don't find yourself without some sort of shelter. How to start a fire, how to tie essential knots, how to trap game, how to navigate the woods, how to build a shelter, and how to forage. And this is made by a wonderful YouTuber by the name of Dade Catterberry. Now, this area here where the maps are, how to navigate the woods, we're going to come back in another video and we're going to talk about what you need to do and what you should have with you in order to know your way around. In the meantime, let me go to my last booklet here. And this is one particularly for the Arizona area. This is the guide to the back roads for four-wheel drive, camping, and whatever you need to, whether it's from easy to moderate to difficulty. This book is going to give you a load of information. And once again, you're talking about bold photos. And you need to know how to navigate the back roads. If you don't, you're going to find yourself in a very difficult situation. Until next time, you've heard it here first. I'm Elder Yehuda, your host for the day.